Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I have some very big XRP news. We have a solid price prediction from a very reputable trader that I want to break down. I'll play the clip and show you what he's looking at and what he's predicting. Also, Ripple has released their Q4 2021 reports, and I want to break down what that has to say as it relates to XRP adoption and growth. And Politico published a new article highlighting that the SEC's crusade against crypto may not be going well, and Gensler is feeling that pressure. We're also going to talk about what some folks are saying about crypto regulations. Now, before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, if you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. It once again helps support the podcast. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. This content is brought to you by Algorand, which is building the future of finance. Algorand is one of the leading blockchain projects in the crypto industry. They are getting significant adoption and investments. For example, both Anthony Scaramucci and Michael Arrington's respective hedge funds have invested hundreds of millions of dollars to build out the Algorand ecosystem. So if you'd like to learn more about Algorand, please visit algorand.com. Now, right now for the crypto market and the prices, not much happening. As we've been talking about, Bitcoin is in price discovery mode, trying to find that bottom. Right now, it's sitting above $37,600, I should say $37,600. And the altcoins are essentially waiting for Bitcoin's next move. We've been talking about, Bitcoin could do that retracement back up to 55, 58K. Then we see our alt season where alts will explode. And this is not something that folks are dreaming up. It's how the market has essentially operated historically, right? So we're going off of historical performance. Now, there's no guarantee of that happening. So I want to make sure that's clear. That none of this is financial or investment advice. We are forming thesis based on the facts we have today, but anything can happen to change these scenarios. So I want to talk about Alessio Rastani. Many of you know him. He's a very reputable professional trader. He not only trades crypto, but he trades stocks and other assets. And you may know he's not some clickbait, here's this price prediction, XRP 589, Bitcoin $1 million. That's not him, right? Absolutely not. If you followed him, and he's been around for a long time. He leads the leading trader platform. He's been on TV many times talking about crypto trading, stocks, markets. Historically, he's been known as someone who is called out Goldman Sachs, saying they run the world, they run the politicians. And as you can imagine, not too many of the Wall Street guys like that, but he was one in 2008 to call that out. So I have a lot of respect for him. And once again, he is not some clickbait guy. Now, let me play the following clip for you. And this is his chart showing the Elliott wave theory of the different waves and where XRP may be headed towards 2023 as far as a price prediction.
It's a bit quite messy here now on my chart, but let me just show you. So what I'm saying is within this larger degree, wave 5 heading to about $8.7 here on XRP, we have these subwaves. On the balance of probabilities, I think we've completed waves 1 and 2 here, and we are now currently in this larger wave 3, which, by the way, this larger wave 3 in yellow, in other words, the wave 3 of 5, which has not yet completed, I think we are now in the wave 4 correction, the smaller wave 4 correction, okay? Let me just put it out here for you. So what I'm saying is, I think that quite likely we are, so if this is the smaller wave 3 and 4 of this larger wave 3 in yellow, I think we're completing the wave 4 here, which actually makes sense as well from an ABC structure as well. If you actually have a look here, this would mean this is our likely, let me just draw that on the chart. Essentially, this would mean A, B, C. By the way, I'm not saying the C wave of this correction has completed yet, okay? So we don't know that just yet. I would say that if XRP was to get above 0.8, then the odds would increase that the C wave correction has likely completed, but we're not there yet. So let me also mention something else here. in order for this wave count to be correct, in order for this particular perspective to be right, again, I know I'm repeating myself here, and I know some of you say, Alessio, you're repeating yourself, but look, it's important because let me just repeat one more time that XRP, Ripple, has to remain above this support in order for me to have confidence in this particular wave count. Otherwise, forget it, because then that would be wrong. So if XRP, for any reason, drops below the support, 0.48, 0.43, which again, I'm not expecting. I think it carries a lower probability, but if it does, then forget it. Then risk would increase, okay? Risk would then increase significantly to the downside if XRP was to break that support, which again, let me say, I'm not expecting it to happen. I'm only saying it because remember, we're dealing with probabilities, not certainties. If you want certainties, then I suggest go and do something else, okay? Because in the markets, when you're dealing with analysis, when you're dealing with price action and any market, you're dealing with probabilities and risk. You're not dealing with certainties. And I know you know this because I know you're intelligent and sophisticated people. But again, you do get these newbies and inexperienced folks who watch these videos and they think it's all about certainties and what you can know for certain, and it's not, okay? Technical analysis is all about three things: possibilities, probabilities, and risk. This final point here. That's technical analysis. It's not about predictions. It's not about the crystal ball, all that nonsense. Okay, let's continue. So here's my point. I believe that currently we're tracing out a smaller degree wave 4 correction within this larger wave 3, taking us potentially by the end of this year, maybe towards the second half of this year, potentially towards $4. Okay, and now I know what you're probably thinking. Some of you are probably thinking, oh, wait a second, Alessio, that can't be right, because if this is a wave 4 correction, within this wave 3, then surely in Elliott wave theory, wave 4 cannot overlap with wave 2. Well, that's correct, but remember, guys, that's confusing the two wave 4s. Remember, this wave 2 that you see here, this is our wave 1 and 2, okay? This wave 2 is in yellow. This is the yellow count. This is a minor degree wave 2 in yellow, which means the correct wave 4 we should be looking at is not this one, this one. This is the one we should be looking at, okay? So this is our wave 3 going to about $4. Then I think we'll experience some kind of wave 4 correction. As you can see, this particular potential wave 4 is not going to overlap with this wave 2. There are no overlaps here, as you can see. So we must not confuse the wave counts. The corresponding wave 4 in relation to this wave 2 is over here. It's not this one over here, okay? I'm hoping it's very clear. So essentially what we're saying is that I think from a probabilistic perspective, I think we're likely here. Let me show you. This is the Elliott wave model. And I think from this Elliott wave model picture, I think that we're likely here. So if we're in this larger wave 5, the larger wave 5 taking us likely towards the $8 mark on XRP, I think that quite likely we are currently here within this wave 3 structure. If waves 1 and 2 have already completed, as I showed you in yellow, so let me just do that 1 and 2, then I think we're likely in the, still in the middle of this wave 3 Elliott wave picture here.
So there you have it, guys. He's showing you the technical analysis using Elliott wave theory and where we're currently at and what we can expect with the wave 5 move upwards. Now, a couple of things. Once again, he said, if XRP holds the support level of 48 cents. So I do think he's right that it will, because, and obviously that's not a certainty. He's saying there's a high probability it will, right? And then we move upwards and then you'll have your corrections as XRP pumps past $2, then to $4 and so forth, and then to $8. Now, I've been on record, like many of you know, that I was predicting a $10 to $15 XRP price for the peak of this bull run. And here's why I still believe $10 plus is possible, because we have the SEC lawsuit with the price suppression, and you have a lot of exchanges have delisted XRP. So if the technical analysis, without all the external noise and items, right, the news and so forth, it's going to $8 and close to $9. He said $8.70. Then we're in that $8 to $9 range. And if you sprinkle on top of that that extra momentum, that slingshot momentum from relisting and getting the hype in the news. Ripple has settled the lawsuit, yada, yada. XRP has the clarity, is being relisted. Then that's the icing on the cake, which could drive the price to over $10. I still believe that. And I'm not BSing you. I'm not one of these people predicting $1,000 XRP or 589 and all that nonsense. I think this is a very realistic price because of the technical analysis, because of the charts, and based on how the entire market is moving as well. So once again, this is not guaranteed, as Alessio said. There's no certainties here. Obviously, there's a level of risk, and you have to, really know what your level of risk is. I'm a long-term investor. I've shown you guys my crypto portfolio before. XRP is my number one. It's my largest holding, guys. Bitcoin is my number two. Ethereum my number three. I have some Litecoin, VeChain, Algorand, Basic Attention Token, Chainlink, Tezos, HBAR, and so on and so forth. But you can see my top three, right? So I want XRP to do well, but I also want to be realistic. I don't want to make up stuff. Once again, some people say, dude, XRP is going to $10,000. That is asinine, in my opinion. And I apologize for some of you who get offended, but I don't do that. And you guys know I don't do a lot of price prediction videos, but when the math makes sense, when the trends make sense, when the market cycles and the technical analysis make sense, as well as the external circumstances of the SEC lawsuit make sense, that's where I'm going to say, hey guys, this is what I'm thinking of. And once again, not guaranteed. To those of you who are new, this is not a certainty, because I can't say that enough. People always come back and say, dude, you said this and that. And it's like, yeah, but I also said it's not guaranteed, because there's no guarantees with investing. So I hope that is clear. So I am bullish on XRP. I believe Ripple's going to win this lawsuit. I believe we're going to get a settlement. Ripple will have to pay a small fine and some sort of settlement where, it could be the SEC folds, I don't know, or the United States Congress, they pass some sort of crypto regulations. And we see dialogue happening now with Biden and the crypto executive order and so forth. So very interesting prediction. And once again, I want to remind you, this guy, Alessio, he's a professional trader. He's not some BS clickbait guy. Those of you who watch his content, it's straight up facts, technical analysis, and professionalism. So that is why I give it a level of credibility, and I agree with what I see on his charts. It absolutely makes sense. All right, let's jump ahead. Ripple released yesterday their Q4 2021 markets report. And of course, it's filled with a variety of statistics and data that obviously we can't read through this entire thing. You have to read it on its own, but I'll give you some of the highlights. Let's read the opening statement here. Ripple publishes the quarterly XRP reports to voluntarily provide transparency and regular updates on the company's views on the state of crypto markets, such as quarterly XRP sales, relevant XRP related announcements, and commentary on market developments over the past quarter. So, they talked about how the SEC approving a Bitcoin ETF really gave the market some momentum, and we saw a lot of institutional players jump in, and a lot of money was coming into the market. And then they talked about the correction that we saw, obviously the major pullback. Now, one of the things they called out is that NFTs have been booming, but they will be expanding to other blockchains outside of Ethereum. Here's the statement. Although most of this activity is starting on Ethereum, just like DeFi and NFTs, it will likely start to shift to more efficient blockchains, like the launch of the XLS-20D on the NFT DevNet this month. XRP Ledger developers are well positioned to take advantage of this shift. So we know NFTs are coming to the XRP Ledger. I'm really excited about that. I'm waiting for Mintable and Ripple to get their relationship and launch the ability to build NFTs on the XRP Ledger, because I believe it's cheaper, more efficient, and so forth. They also called out all the airdrops that took place. They said here, another unique market activity in Q4 was the proliferation of airdrops for token distribution. Airdrops happened across several blockchains, including Cosmos, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, and XRP Ledger. On the XRP Ledger, there were over 31 million trust line transactions, and more than 50 different tokens were airdropped in Q4. The Sologenic airdrop was one of the more high-profile airdrops on the XRP ledger, establishing more than 340,000 trust lines. Now, I participated. I got my Solo tokens, not much because, it was a distribution between XRP holders who participated plus existing Solo token holders. So, but hey, I'm not complaining. It's free money, so it is what it is. Let me jump down here. They highlighted some other items with growth despite the SEC lawsuit, and they continue to see a lot of momentum with ODL. And here it is, actually. 2021 was RippleNet's most successful and lucrative year to date as global momentum skyrocketed with customer demand despite the headwinds from the SEC. The number of transactions on RippleNet more than doubled with a payment volume run rate of over $10 billion. This is a testament to the product, considering Ripple parted ways with MoneyGram, its largest customer, immediately after the SEC filed its lawsuit against Ripple, with over 20 payout markets for the on-demand liquidity, ODL, which uses XRP. Most recently, adding the Middle East, RippleNet continues to see more global demand for the product. Most notably, APAC continues to be one of the largest contributors of ODL volume on RippleNet, more than doubling in 2021. That's great news if you hold XRP. Getting adoption, we're seeing growth, we're seeing progress, and we're seeing global adoption. If only this clown, Gary Gensler, would get out of the way. And obviously, we know Jay Clayton is another clown, and they filed this lawsuit. A lot of this building and ODL adoption would have been happening in the United States. But, it is what it is. We just got to wait and let this thing go through. And if you don't hold XRP or you hate Ripple, you hate XRP, you better want Ripple to win this lawsuit, because this is going to help the rest of the crypto market if Ripple wins. They will essentially show the chink in the SEC's armor and be able to fight back, because we know Gary Gensler is trying to go after exchanges, every crypto project, stable coins, everything's on the table for attack by Gary Gensler and the SEC. Now, Ripple's Monica Long, who I've interviewed, and if you haven't seen my interview with her, please check out the link in the description. She tweeted the following regarding this news from the Q4 XRP Markets report. She said, another quarter, another XRP Markets report. Some highlights from the past few months: 130 million transactions and 130 billion transacted on the XRP ledger, up from 90 million transactions and 69 billion transacted in Q3. Wow. Launch of WXRP, so wrapped XRP, on Binance/others, allbridge, interoperability, and more. She continues here saying tokenization is top of mind as usual, and the launch of XLS20D will bring native NFT functionality to the ledger. One cool use case I think will continue to grow: tokenized carbon credits. Zanj.com, if I'm saying that right, is developing this on top of the XRP ledger. So progress is being made, building on the XRP ledger, adoption, tokenization on the XRP ledger is happening. And I think the NFTs being able to launch on the XRP ledger is really going to help boost adoption. And remember, some of you may say, well, dude, how does this help XRP's price? Well, network value, network adoption. Look at Ethereum, right? Look at what ICOs, DeFi, and NFTs did for Ethereum and the value of the network. So XRP ledger will have more value. The native token is XRP. The value will trickle down to that, not to mention XRP adoption with ODL and so forth. So great news. If you're holding XRP, I know the price doesn't reflect this news. I know a lot of people are always like, dude, come on, why is that? Tokens and these things don't always pump based on price, because as I showed you with Alessio's respective technical analysis, it depends where we're at in the market cycle, not just from a macro perspective, but from the micro. They have to go through their respective cycles, right, of boom and bust and corrections and support. So that's why I think a lot of new people to the market, they just don't understand. They're like, hey, this is big news. Why isn't the price pumping? Well, it depends where we're at in the market cycle. And once you understand that, then it will give you the confidence to hold patiently to know, hey, This thing will pop off eventually, let it go through its market cycles, and all these adoption news, all these news items will eventually be reflected in the price as things progress. Now, speaking of the SEC and the bankster's puppet, Gary Gensler, Politico did the following article released today titled "The SEC's Crypto Crusade at Risk in Looming Legal Battles. Cryptocurrency payments firm Ripple has started to rack up procedural court victories as it fends off the SEC in a case that could redefine how the agency policies digital assets." Now, I'm not going to read through this whole entire article because we know a lot of the talking points and the items here. But why I'm sharing this with you is that now, remember what I've been saying? Pressure from the media, from individual XRP holders and people in the crypto market, tweeting, emailing, making videos like this, right? And you don't have to be some sort of crypto YouTuber to do it. You can make a video and put it out there. Pressure, optics, all these things matter in politics. And in context of Biden and the Democrats in big trouble, if they go hard against crypto, Democrats are going to get destroyed in the midterm elections, as we talked about in yesterday's video. So I think, Biden may not come out as aggressive. I'm hoping he doesn't listen to Gary Gensler and Janet Yellen and Elizabeth Warren, three people who have been really trying to slow crypto down. But I love this because we're getting the coverage, we're getting the eyeballs, we're getting the news, and more members of Congress are waking up to this, that people care about this and they're very upset about what Gary Gensler is doing. So all these things will come to a head, guys, and it will put more pressure on the SEC, make them look bad PR, because they did hurt retail investors in their lawsuit. And we know that lawsuit was shady as hell. Jay Clayton and William Hinman, certainly big conflict of interest. Where there's smoke, there's fire. We see where they went. We heard about the payments, the Ethereum free pass. Jay Clayton goes straight to One River, company was invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum, looking to get a Bitcoin ETF approved, which we know XRP is a big competitor to that, right? When you look at the competition of the market. Remember, XRP was in the top 3. One point, it was battling Ethereum for number 2. So, the way this was handled, Jay Clayton running out the door and dropping this lawsuit in his last couple days, he was warned by former SEC commissioners, don't do this. You're going to hurt investors and damage the reputation of the SEC. But he doesn't care. He was getting paid, my friends, him and Bill Hinman. So all these things, guys, I know it's painful. I know it sucks. And we're like, come on, this is stupid. But there's a process. There's a method to this madness. And the media pressure, because remember, optics, so important in politics, will help drive us in the right direction. So we're seeing really a lot of movement and progress to get the SEC in line. The other flip side of that, in conjunction with that, to media pressure is political pressure. And yesterday we talked about a political action committee being formed to start lobbying regulators and politicians. There's associations like the Blockchain Association. And many of you may recall, I just recently interviewed someone from the Blockchain Association, and we talked about, the initiatives that they're working on, and it's Ron Hammond. In fact, he used to work at Ripple at one point. Well, Kristen Smith is the founder of an executive director of Blockchain Association. She tweeted out the following today. Blockchain Association and its member companies believe that the status quo financial system and internet does not work for millions of people, and crypto offers a better way. If we are passionate to make our case, that's a feature, not a bug. She continues here saying, as the head of the Blockchain Association, here are 7 things that I'm most passionate about and don't apologize for. 1, building the infrastructure to constructively engage in Washington and beyond. Practically, this means growing the Blockchain Association team and helping our member companies establish government relations operations here in DC. So you have members of Congress coming together, you have crypto companies part of the Blockchain Association, and now they're on the offensive trying to get things done. They weren't doing this years ago, and I wish they were, because you might not have seen Gary Gensler and these guys pop up and try to strong arm the crypto market. So, but better late than never, we're at least seeing progress in action here. she continues saying here, organizing the crypto industry. We need more voices in DC to make sure that lawmakers, regulators, and policymakers can't ignore this vital industry. If you want to join the chorus, we welcome you at the BA. BA standing for Blockchain Association. She says, improving policymaker education. We've never received so many inquiries from lawmakers eager to learn about crypto. We work to make sure the info they receive enhances their knowledge and keeps them on the pro-crypto, pro-innovation path. Open process. Crypto is complicated and evolves faster than any other industry. We work to make sure that policy solutions / proposals / ideas have open and honest input from our community and founders, entrepreneurs, funders, and devs, so policies don't have unintended consequences. Now, this thing goes on and on. She really does a great job outlining what they're trying to do, what their vision is, what are the initiatives. But in a quick nutshell, that was what she had to say. So once again, you have the media pressure, you have the retail pressure, and you have the crypto industry pressure. You have members of Congress, you have the crypto companies forming alliances. This is all great, guys. So I'm optimistic. I know there's sometimes negative stuff with Gary Gensler and the SEC, possibly Biden, but I'm optimistic. I think we're moving in the right direction than how we were, years ago. Now, David Marcus, who's leaving Facebook, he's the guy who was working on DM, which is now being scrapped. Well, he's calling out Paul Krugman, and we talked about Paul Krugman in yesterday's video, that he's at it again. The man who said the internet would not be bigger than the fax machine. What an idiot, what a clown. Well, now he's trying to say crypto is, he's trying to paint crypto in a negative light, saying it's like the subprime mortgage issue. And this guy is a clown. Well, David Marcus weighed in saying, it's fascinating to watch experts, in quotation marks, / crypto skeptics pop their heads out every time there's a market correction with more bombastic headlines. We get it. It would pain you so much to be wrong that you won't let facts get in the way of the ideology. Excuse me. So I love that these guys are calling out these clowns like David Krugman. These morons. I look, at the end of the day, I do believe some of these guys are paid to write this stuff. The incumbents, the legacy financial system, they want to paint crypto in a negative light, especially that it's taking money out of their pockets, right? This decentralized asset class is the funds are flowing out of the centralized asset class into the decentralized one, which is crypto. And these guys don't like that, right? They're getting disrupted. So I love that he's getting called out here. Anyway, guys, what do you think about Alessio's technical analysis here, showing an $8 to $9 price potentially by the end of 2023? And I know some of you are going to be like, oh man, we got to wait another year. Well, yeah, this is investing. This is how institutional investors, smart money, have always beaten retail. They have more patience. They take big bets, and they study the charts, they study the facts and what's happening, and then they sit back. Retail, very emotional. They think that if price goes down, they've lost money, but you only lose money if you sell. Now, the caveat with that, of course, is if there's something detrimental happening where there's some collapse, like an Enron. Obviously, you want to get the hell out, right? But if it's just simple market cycles, like Bitcoin corrected and the altcoins corrected, if you're panicking over that, then maybe this is not for you, right? Because this volatility swings both ways. It swings very high. That's why you have massive price run-ups and the ability to make significant returns like no other market, but also swings very low. And I'll take that because I know the swings high, like this wave 5 going to $8 to $9. Hey, if XRP just caps out at $8, I'm fine with that. That's going to make me some really nice returns, my friends. Some life-changing money for sure. Not just my XRP holdings, but Bitcoin, Algorand, Ethereum, and so forth. But I will take that. And I'm sure many of you will as well. So I think it's a realistic price prediction. And like I said, the icing on the cake would be the suppressed price with the relisting on the exchanges could take it to 10,000, $10 or higher, not 10,000. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.